All right, Jules, that was my job hunting situation report. My employment seeking missions, application sending. And now, welcome to my other world called IT world with the Lord. I have many worlds, but always with the Lord in each world. Well, let's do it again. This is Trilingual ECDL e-learning IT study. Now PowerPoint 2016 in 2020. I want to share with you what I have already learned with the Lord. Yes, for the records, I have already passed 5 disciplines successfully. And now I'm really excited about the new program. And you know what? I feel like this one is kind of easier. I mean, it's definitely easier than Excel. It's easier than Access. This is my impression, Lord. Tell me, Lord. This is my impression. It seems really easier. All right, I want to mention also that I still think in French. Even if I pray in English, I pray in English. I read the Bible in English, but I still think in French. And in English, I can say. And this time my software, because it's a new computer, I did tell you that before, it's a new computer, a new laptop. The Lord allowed me, the software is in French. So, I didn't want to go in the backstage of the computer, the many options, like languages to go and change anything. I didn't want to mess up anything. So I leave everything in French. And the exercises are in German because I'm still working with the same website called ECDL Easy for Me, even if it's not easy. I love the title of it. And it's a website from Austria, not Australia, Austria. And they are our neighbors. And I love this program. And of course, I will try my best to give you wonderful, easy English, high-tech translation from German to English. Yes, why I always perform the tutorials before passing the exams, it's because I feel like it's a healthy pressure and it's a good brain gymnastic. And I love to study. I study first for the glory of Jesus Christ, my Savior, my Lord, and my IT teacher. And then, of course, I want to increase my chance of finding an employment. I want to find an employment. So I have started with the program PowerPoint, middle of July, and I have already performed 14 classes with the Lord. So I think I have learned the most important yet. I noticed something. There is no quiz. There is no quiz when it comes to PowerPoint. They don't. It's it's everything about practice. There is no theory because I know we all agree in theory and struggle in practice. So that's why they put only the practice. So it's very interesting not to work with quiz no more. I had to say goodbye to the quiz. Okay, and the last thing I want to mention before going straight to the exercise, because we are going to perform, of course, an exercise together. I want to mention the fact that the neighbors, sometimes they come back with the noises. So what I'm going to do, always the same method, I'm going to record. When it's really heavy noises, I'm going to record so I can share that with the whole world. But I'm going to still try my best to study, because what else am I going to do with the COVID-19 outside there? And life is, it's tough for everybody. So I'm going to keep myself busy. I'm going to keep myself busy in a healthy way. Studying informatics, I love it. So let's go straight to the exercise. Zusammenfassende Übungen, which means exercises, because I'm going to show you. All right, on the computer. All right, let's go and do that. So first, let's go back to the ECDL. I have performed already 5 disciplines. This one, the first, the second one, the third one, and the number 4 and the number 5. I'm not sure it's the right order, but this is where I'm at. Here, Präsentation, which is PowerPoint in English, Présentation in French. So this is where I'm at. So the first section, I already performed the first section right here, erste Übungen, Benutzeroberfläche, etc., until Animationen. So I have performed that on my own. I have started the second section of the page. Here, I have already performed all these exercises. From 1 to, I think they have 12. Let me go down. Yes, from 1 to 12. What we are going to perform together today is, as I told you before, zusammenfassende Übungen, Übung 2, der Urknall. Let's go straight to it. Let's open it together. And here is the exercise called, as you can see here on the top of the ribbon, 13 zusammenfassende Übung, which means exercise number 13, summarized exercises. And this is the second part. So let's do it. Activer la motivation, as I told you, my software is in French. Activer la motivation, let's do it. And here we are. This is the first presentation we are. Before I start, let me tell you. The first I want to say is that you have to go and get familiar with the ribbon, you know, the different registers and tabs, the comments and the groups down here. You have to be familiar with them in English, in German, and so for instance here, Fichier means file, and in German Accueil is home, and in German Start, and then you have Insertion, which means insert, and in German einfügen. Then you have Conception, which is design, and Entwurf in German, and then transitions. This is the same in the three languages, and then animations, you know, same thing. Animieren, Animationen, Animation in German. And animations in English, it's the same word, but you just say it differently. The difference is in the pronunciation. All right. And then you have Diaporama, which is Bildpräsentation in German, and slideshow in English. And then you have Revision, which is Überprüfen in German, and review in English. And then you have Affichage, which is view in English, and Ansicht in German. And here you have the miscellaneous, you know, the mix, Acrobat, Aid. Okay, you know, you have the backstage of the program where you can go on different options, you know, like languages, general verifications, and you know. So you have to be familiar with that, and very, very important on the presentation, PowerPoint, you definitely need to know how you call that one, which is called a slide in English, folie in German, and diapositive in French. So now let's start the exercise. Let me show you what I have already learned with the Lord Jesus Christ as my Lord, my Savior, and my teacher, and so much more. All right, let's start. So this is the first slide, and down here, this is the box with the instructions. So what we have to do, and this is the title of the first slide. Der Urknall means the Big Bang. Wow, I love the picture already. You know, I love everything about satellite, constellation, you know, Helios, Pleiad. I love it. All right, you all. So the first instruction, let's read it in German, and I give you an easy translation. So let's go. First question. Animiere den Titel Der Urknall mit einem beliebigen Effekt. Schreib als Untertitel deinen Namen. Translation, you have to animate the title with the effect as you wish, and you have to write your name as a subtitle. So let's do that. So in order to animate, you have to go to the tab animations, of course. First you have to mark what you want to animate. Then you hit tab animations, and let's put this one right here. Why not? Flottant entrant. And you can add an effect. So let's take it, starting to the top. So if you want to preview, you just come down here on the file and you click on here, and here you can see your animation, and here you have to write your name. So this is what we have done right now. Okay, Jophielle der Urknall. Okay, they didn't ask that question, but I'm just telling you, letting you know that here you can insert some notes. For instance, I'm going to insert that I prefer. Well, for instance, I would write something like that. I prefer the Bible version of humanity history. I don't believe in the Big Bang, you know. I believe that God created everything. Well, actually, in order to make some notes, you have to go to the tab insertion, and then you have here en-tête, which is the header and footer. So you go here, and you can click right here where it's written notes and you know, whatever you want to put on the footer. And here you have to click if you want the date, and if you want the number of the slides, you click here, and this is the footer, and then you can write something here which is going to appear as notes. You can apply it everywhere, or or decide not to insert it on the first slide. Well, as you wish. So if you don't want it on the first slide, you have to click right in here. Okay, but we don't do that right now. It was already the space for the notes was already here, so we didn't have to do that. So okay, this is the second slide, and here we have the instructions as usual, and here you can still add some notes, but I don't talk about that yet. So let's read the first. Let's read the question of the second slide. Verschiebe diese Folie hinter die letzte Folie. Meaning slide to go down like this until the last, after the last. So this is the last, so you leave it right here. This is when we go back to the top, because we are supposed to reach the third slide right now, and this is the next slide after the second, which we just pushed in the back. So these are the instructions right here. Here, ändere die Höhe des Bildes auf 10,3 cm. All you have to do is to resize the picture. They want it 10,3 centimeters. So you click in here. Of course, you have to let the slide know what you want to do. So you always have to mark what you are looking for. So you click on this image and you go to tab Format de l'image, which is means to format the picture. So you click in here, and right here on the top by group size, you have to increase it to 10,3 centimeters. Fast. Here, so this is what they want. These are the instructions as usual, and here they have added some notes by themselves. Astronomen entdecken 2011 eine Galaxie, blah blah blah. And here, what we want to do is to answer the question right here. Ändere das Spektrallinienbild so, dass es einen Schatten wirft. So translation, they want you to insert a shadow on this picture right here, the one looking like the rainbow. So you stay on the formatting of the image, right here, the tab Format de l'image, and you choose the effect shadow, and let's put it like here. You can see it, so you can see down here, it's adding a gray shadow. This one right here, this is the shadow. So we have already reached slide number 4, and let me read the question here. Animiere den Rosinenkuchen mit Zoom, which means animate the grape cakes or raisin cake with the effect zoom. Okay, so you go to tab animation. First you have to mark the image, then you go to tab animation, and you look for the effect zoom. So we have an effect here called zoom. This is what we want. And if you want a preview of your animation right now, you go to under file and you click preview. Zoom. Again, zoom. This is wonderful. Slide number 5. Gruppiere alle Kugeln und die Beschriftung. They want us to group all the balls or the balloons or the bullets, I don't know, whatever you want to call them. So you have to mark all of them with the title and group them together. It means you put them in the same box. Right now they all each has his own box. The green has a box, this one has a box, the pink has a box, the yellow too, and the title has a bone. And the title has also a box. So what they want you to do is to put them all in the same box. So you click the first one and you hold the key, and then you go on your keyboard, you hold Shift, and you keep your finger on Shift, and you mark all of them together. So one after the other one. And once you have done that, you right click, and you go to the section group. So you grouper in French, and you group them, and they are all in the same box now. Slide number 6. Animiere die Aufzählung mit Erscheinen. You have to animate your bulleted list, which is called la liste à puces en français, with the animation called appearing, erscheinen. So let's go and do that. We go to the tab animation. We are already, this is the one meaning appearing, apparaître in French. These are the signs here. When you see the numbers right here in the little pinky boxes here, it means you have an animation on the slide. And you can also see it here when you have, you know, a little star close to the slide number. It means you have an animation or an effect or whatever. You got something. And here you can click on play for the preview, and this is appearing. It doesn't, you know, it's not a big effect. Look, it doesn't last so long. Slide number 7. Here, these are the instructions. Animiere die Temperaturangaben neben dem Titel mit der Animation Hineinschweben von oben. Okay, translation is to animate this part of the picture. You know, the information about you know, the temperature. And they want us to animate it with animation called Hineinschweben von oben, which means Hineinschweben means floating in the air, something like that. Okay, so you have to select, of course, the box you want. This is the one we want. And we take this animation right here, flottant en train, and they want it from, starting to the top. No, towards the top. This one, the animation, when you click on preview, this is what's happening again. Okay, this is animation. So slide number 8. Slide number 8, Instructions. Entferne die Grafik, die auf allen Folien rechts oben angezeigt wird. Translation, we have to remove this one. The right corner here on the top of the page. They want us to remove that, but when you click on it, you cannot select it, and I'm going to tell you what. They want us to remove it from all the slides. You know, so for instance, this is the slide number 8 where we are, and here on the number 7 we have it, on the number 6 we have it, on the number 5 we have it. We have it everywhere except, we have it everywhere on the second also, except on the first one. So we go back to slide number 8. Slide number 8. So this is what they want us to do. And here now, listen carefully. Here, so in order to do that, if you see that you can select everything except that one thing they want you to select, so it means something is not right. So what you have to do is to go to the tab Affichage, which is called View in English and Ansicht in German, and then make sure you choose the symbol Master Slide or Slide Master, something with Master Slide or Slide Master. You will recognize it. You click on it. And let's say this is like a parallel world of your work. So you have your presentation, but when you go on view and on master slide, you have the same presentation, but in another world. It means this is a world where you can make the modifications, and the modifications are going to appear on all slides at the same time. Yeah, think about it. It's a waste of time to go on each single slide and make modifications there. It's better to have a parallel, a parallel presentation, a parallel world presentation where you can do that, and then you're going to see it up here on your current presentation. The label is on the 3rd slide, so here we can select it. Once you have removed that label, you go back to view and you go to the symbol normal. So now you are back to your presentation you have started. So we were at the slide number 8, and as you can see, the label is already, so as you can see, the label is not here anymore. You can see there is no more label on no slides. So after slide number 8, let's go to slide number 9. So, but you can notice something strange on slide number 9. There is here, there is a sign here that something is happening. So let's go and read the instructions. So we click on the instructions right here. Blende diese Folie wieder ein, meaning show this slide, because this sign right here means that you cannot see the slide. The slide is hidden. So what we do is you select this hidden slide and you right click and you go back to the same options, hide and show the slide. And it is back to normality. You see the sign has disappeared. This is now number 9, slide number 9. Okay, now it's slide number 10. Instructions. Animiere das rote Rechteck im Bild rechts im Erscheinen. Translation. we have to animate the rectangle. It is a rectangle here on the image with an effect called erscheinen, which means appearing. We have done that before. Okay, now we have selected the part they want us to animate, so we go to tab animation and we put appearing. Okay, so we have the number appearing on it. It means something is happening. We go to the under file and we click on preview, and we have a preview which is very short. It's happening like in a blinking of an eye. Look, very fast animation. Okay, now we go to the slide number 11. Ergänze die Notiz mit dem Text Quarks und Leptonen sind die fundamentalen Bausteine der Materie. Well, I don't want to translate you. Translations, they want us to add something. You know, they have written some notes down here and they want us to add something on it. And this is the sentence they want us to add. TMI information. All right, let's do it. Okay, this is what I have added right here. The same thing. Quarks und Leptonen sind die fundamentalen Bausteine der Materie. Okay, now slide number 12. Folie Nummer 12. Diapositive numéro 12. Okay. Speichere die Folie im PNG-Format auf deinen Desktop. Translation, they want us to save this slide in format PNG on our desktop. Let's go into that. So you go down there by file and you go to record under which name you want to save. You have to browse and you want to put it on the bureau, which is a desktop, and you want the slide in PNG format. This is format PNG. So you click on here and then you can record, and they will ask you to which slide you want to record as a PNG format, and you have to choose this one only. They didn't tell you all the slides, they told you only this one. So this is what we choose, and we have it on our desktop. We can go and check. Let me go down here, and this is what we just saved, called Zusammenfassende Übungen 13. This is the one. Let's open it. So all right, we can close. So let's go back to our exercise. Okay, this is now slide number 13. Stufe den ersten Auszählungspunkt eine Ebene höher. Translation, select the first line of your bulleted list, this one, and you increase the level. So you go back to tab home, and so you have two symbols right here in the group called paragraph, and the first one is to reduce the level, and here is to increase the level. So you click right here, and this is what happened. You see? So this is what they wanted. Next question, next slide. Okay, this is slide number 14. Instruction is animiere das rote Rechteck im Bild rechts mit erscheinen. This is, we already have that kind of question before. Let me go back. So we are in slide 14. Yes, it's almost like, yes, this is almost like question number 10. They wanted us to animate, you know, this rectangle here, this red rectangle, with the effect called appearing, and this is the same thing they want on the slide number 14 apparently. They want us to animate again this rectangle. So if we click right here on the rectangle, they want us to go back to animation and to choose appearing. But you can also choose another one. Let's say, let's take for instance the circle, la roue, and we go to preview. This is what it looks like. I'll do it again. Play. So you can see the effect on the red rectangle. Preview again. It's wonderful. I love presentation. It's great. I love PowerPoint. Okay, next slide. What do they want? Slide number 15. Weise allen Folien den Folienübergang schieben mit der Effektoption von oben zu. They want us to insert a transition on all slides at the same time, and they want us to choose the transition called schieben, which is something like push, with the effect called starting. In order to insert a transition on all slides at the same time, you go back to your master slide. So we go by view, and we go by master slide, and we go by, you have to do that on the first slide, which is a master one here, and you go to the tab transition, and you want, they want something called like push, which one is called pousser, shiver, and they want the effect starting from the top, à partir du haut. And we want to apply it everywhere. So this is the symbol you have to click, like it is going to be written apply everywhere. This is where you click, and the effect is going to appear on all your slides. So now we go back to view, and then we go back to symbol normal, and you see you have a star just next to your slide number. Everywhere you have it, it means something is going to happen. It is here, the same transition everywhere. Okay, we can also hit a preview. So if you want to see how it looks like, you can go back to transition, and then you press aperçu. This is how it looks like. So you can see that there is a transition everywhere, and here too. So the transition are going to be happening everywhere. It is fantastic. I like this transition called pushed. Schieben. Alright. Now slide number 16. Lösche alle Anleitungen auf der Präsentation, einschließlich dieser, und speichere die Präsentation. Translation, we have to delete all the instructions, each single level of instructions on all slides, and we have to record, meaning save the presentation. It means we are done, but there is something I want to add on this exercise, which is going to be exciting also for you. First, we want to remove all the levels, the instructions level everywhere. So let's go and do that. So they say that including this one, so all you have to do is to select and delete everywhere. So this one, select 15, you delete, and you go to the 13. Actually, you have to do it really fast. Then you delete. This is number 10. And then here, same thing, you delete. Slide number 5, you delete. And then slide number 1. Voila. So this is good. Okay, now the exercise is done, but before I close, before I go and save it on my desktop, I want to show you how to create an independent reading of your presentation. In order to do that, you go to a diaporama. This is the tab called diaporama, which is slideshow in English, and build presentation in German. So you go here, and you can set the timer. Vérifier le minutage, the symbol right here. So you go here, and you can set the timing. So each 3 seconds, you press on enter. So that was 5 seconds. Now you can see it right here, up here. This is a timer. Here. 5 seconds. I want it 3 seconds. 2, 3. Press enter. 1, 2, 3. Press enter. 1, 2, 3. Sometimes it's 7 seconds. Sometimes it's 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Enter, or space, you can just press 1, 2, 3. You press 1, 2, 3. Already 55 seconds recorded, you can see right here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then at the end, they tell you exactly how long your presentation is going to last. Here it's going to last 1 minute 25 seconds. And here it's written, voulez-vous enregistrer un nouveau minutage dans les diapositives? Do you want to record? Of course. Once you have set the timer, you have to go to the symbol, configurer le diaporama, which is the configuration of what you have just done. And this window is going to open with different options. So what is in here now, I like the way it is. So we want all the slides, and with the timing which we have set automatically, and we want it, you know, on big screen. You hit OK, and then you go down by the status bar, and then you change the window. You go to mode lecture. So then you have to wait like 3 seconds, and the animation is appearing, and it's happening just by itself. I don't have to press anything anymore. You see, the presentation is independent. So it's really cool. So these are the effects. You remember the zoom effect? So you can see all the effects here, and the same. It is appearing just as we have animated it. And here, I don't know what animation was. You remember the temperature information. So this is what's happening. It is really interesting. So, and here on the status bar, you can also check the number of the slides. Right now, this is slide number 14 on 17. It's written down here by the status bar, as you can see. There's the status if you see my mouse. Now it's number 15. It is telling you exactly what's happening, and you don't have to touch anything. So your presentation is presented. When it's finished, you just go back to the normal view, and here is the presentation. So what I didn't show you is how you can change the color, but really it's easy. Let's see, for instance, down here, no, I love the rainbow colors, but maybe we can go and try to change the colors of the balloons. So for instance, this one, you don't like this color, you want to change it, so you make sure you click only this one, only the first balloon, and then you right click and change the color of your balloons. Let's put this color. I love this color. And for instance, the green one, you want it red, for instance. Let's go and do that. Let's put it in red. This is how you can change the colors. And here, of course, I told you you can add animations, you can add transitions, you can do a whole bunch of things. If you click on this picture right here and you go to format de l'image, you can add some effects. It's really wonderful. I love this one. You can go on the colors. You can even change the color of your cake. You know, but I don't want to change the color of my cake, you know, or make it more juicy. You see. So, and for instance, if you want to put to insert a date on all slides, for instance, as I told you before, you can also go back to the master slide and you know, insert the date and on all slides. So first, you always have to go to the first one to insert, and you go to your footer and your header, and you can add. You see here date and time, and automatically, and then the number of your slide, and you can add a footer. And for instance, you don't want it on the first slide, and then you can apply everywhere. Then you go back to your normal view, and you have the date appearing everywhere. Like here, you have the date. You can also go ahead and change the color of it. You see, you can put it in red. You can put a shadow or something, or you can underline. You can really do so many things. You see. And what else can I tell you? Well, I'm so excited about this program. As I told you before, I could go ahead and go change the language. You see, if I go here by languages, here it's written, it's in French. I don't want to go and mess up anything, so that's why I don't change anything. I just leave it the way it is. But you can do so many things. That's enough for today. The rest is coming next. All right, you. Thank you for watching, and if God's willing, the rest is coming next. God bless you in Jesus Christ's name. Bye-bye.